Coming up,
We are going to pull up and down.
it can be difficult to do even one pull-up, but personal trainer Morgan Shapiro shows us how to get started using a band. This food doesn't look terribly healthy, but it does have some benefits to it. Stick around to find out what those are. We'll visit a friend of the show who kicked cancer's butt, and Dr. Sam Rasool shows us how to take care of our ankles. All that and more is today on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and today we're riding the Tri-Rail. In fact, I'm at the Fort Lauderdale Airport Station right here in Dania Beach, and we are going to talk about all the ways that you can stay healthy on your commute, especially on the train. We're going to talk to David from Tri-Rail, but first, everything's getting more expensive, including food, so we went to a restaurant that doesn't have necessarily the healthiest food, but certainly healthier for your wallet. I'm at Four Rivers Smokehouse in Coral Springs, and I'm wondering, does this look healthy to you? How about this? This? Okay, it's not the healthiest food, but what if I told you that it's healthier for your budget? With inflation at a 40-year high, Four Rivers Smokehouse is doing something about it. So let's go inside and find out more, and I'll even show you how it relates to your health too. I'm joined by Gary, and Gary, I have to say, this doesn't exactly look healthy, but we'll take that aside because you have the inflation menu, which is certainly healthier for people's pockets.
Yes, sir.
So tell me about the inflation menu.
Where most restaurants over the course of the past year and a half, they've had to, as a result of rising costs, increase menu prices or decrease portion size. But something that we're looking to do here at Four Rivers is go against the grain. So starting in spring of 2022, we introduced our inflation menu, which, like you said, is a little bit more friendly towards the pocket. So all of the items that you see in front of us here are priced at $9.99 or less, and are, as you can tell, quite large in the portion size.
And there's another twist. What do these pink nachos have to do with health as well?
The great thing about these pink nachos, other than the taste, is the fact that a partial proceeds for every item sold is going to be benefiting Advent Health for Women. It is an organization that focuses on breast cancer awareness as well as breast cancer research. It's a great organization that we've partnered with in the past, and these pink nachos are going to help benefit them.
Now, when it comes to what you have here, you actually were telling me before we got started here that some people find a way to make it fit their keto diet.
Our two most popular protein options, our signature Angus beef brisket, as well as our barbecue pulled pork, are entirely keto friendly. There's no sugar in the rub, just meat, a little bit of spices.
Well, Gary, thank you so much for sharing this with us. I'm about to get a bite of this, but first tell me, if people would like to learn more about Four Rivers, how can they?
Absolutely. Well, come see us Monday through Saturday from 11 o'clock till 8 o'clock at 2660 North University Drive in Coral Springs, Florida.
Awesome. And you got a website?
Yes, sir. That website is 4rsmokehouse.com.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to let you get back to work, and I'm going to take this. Follow me. I want to show you something. Okay, before you yell at me for first eating chicken and waffles at Kush and now being here with this and you're saying, Hunter, have you lost it? This isn't healthy. Well, here's what I would tell you. This could be good for somebody who's looking to gain weight. Maybe they're a bodybuilder and they're going through bulking season, or they're just trying to put on some extra weight. This certainly has protein, it's carbohydrates, it's got high amounts of fat, probably more on the saturated side, so you would want to be careful with that in the long run. You're certainly going to have a lot of salt. That's what makes it taste good, and you're going to get salt in your diet somewhere. Now, if you're trying to lose weight, and this is something that you enjoy to eat, and you want to find a way to fit this into your diet, then you simply just eat less of it. So whether you come for the inflation menu to save some money, or you come for the pink nachos to support breast cancer awareness, or you just want some good barbecue, there's something here for you. This is David Deck of Tri-Rail. David, thank you so much for being with us today.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Tell me, what's new with the Tri-Rail?
Well, there's a lot of things new with Tri-Rail, but one of the things we're most excited about is we're trying to improve our first mile, last mile to make it easier to ride Tri-Rail. So we've got partnerships now with Uber, Freebie, some local taxi vendors, as well as some of our own shuttles to get you back and forth to the train to make it even easier to ride.
And why Tri-Rail?
Have you ridden 95?
I have.
All right, so that's why you ride Tri-Rail. We offer a safe, economical, reliable alternative to driving I-95 every day.
And you can pretty much get everywhere you need to go. How many stops are there?
There's 18 stops. We go from Mangonia Park up north of West Palm all the way down to the Miami airport.
How many airports can I get to?
We service 3 international airports, so we'll get you to West Palm International Airport, or we'll get you right here to Fort Lauderdale, and also Miami. We'll take you right into Miami, and we offer shuttles back and forth to the others. There's no better way to get to an airport.
So you can shuttle right from here to Fort Lauderdale Airport?
You get right off the train, you walk over here behind us, you catch the bus, it'll take you right over the terminals, and do the same thing when you get off your plane.
Yeah, it sounds like one's going right now. And it seems like everything is getting more expensive these days, except for the Tri-Rail. Is that right?
That's right. We offer Tri-Rail at the same low price. It can be as low as $5 all day on the weekend, and the Uber, the taxi, or the shuttles are included in the price of your ticket.
$5?
$5
It's all included?
on the weekends. Yes.
Wow, that's incredible. And if people would like to learn more, how can they?
So it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. You're going to go to our website at trirail.com, hover over schedules. You'll see a link there for ride partners, and that'll give you step-by-step instructions depending on which station you want to use.
Excellent. So I can get to any airport I want. I don't have to drive on 95, and you're telling me that there's Ubers and shuttles and everything all included?
Listen, it's time to come out and ride Tri-Rail. If you haven't ridden us for a while, come out and give us a chance. We're working really hard on the customer experience, trying to improve that. We're not where we need to be yet, but we're working on it, and we need the people to come out and give us another chance. If you've never ridden or you haven't ridden in a long time, come out and ride Tri-Rail.
Well, I can't wait. In fact, I think we have a train to catch, so thank you so much, and we'll see you later.
Thank you.
Let's go. If your ankles cause you problems, you won't want to miss Dr. Sam when SoFlo Health returns. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and I am riding the Tri-Rail. Now, one thing you can do while you're sitting here and commuting is something you can't do in your car, and that's you can take some time, you can close your eyes, breathe, meditate a little bit. You can even get in some mild exercise. You can pedal your feet, clench your hands, clench your feet, tighten your muscles, relax them. It's no gym, but it's better than just sitting here. There's more that I have for you about your commute, but first, watch this. This is Dr. Sam, and in a previous episode of SoFlo Health, he talked to us about shin splints and how there's another issue that you could experience that's actually not shin splints, but could deal with your ankle, so we saved that for today. So Dr. Sam, here's my foot, tell me about my ankle.
Well, as we talked about before, Hunter, when someone has shin splints, has been running, either weekend warrior or running marathons, they start to develop a lot of tension in this area, but it could be stemming from their ankle. So whether the inside portion of the ankle or the outside portion of the ankle or the top of the foot is restricted, that's what we determine in my office. We look at how the foot is moving or lack thereof to make sure we get the full motion in there. Biggest thing I notice is that when you are walking, running, or any type, going from a seated to a standing position, if my hand represents your foot just like this, what you want to do is you want to kind of heel strike and then toe off like that. A lot of people can get the heel striking, but they can't get the toe to come down like that because they're held up right here.
Right.
In your particular situation, the same thing we've noticed when we've done an assessment. So to help bring more motion to the ankle and to help take the pressure off of the muscle up here for shin splints and the calf, I'm going to have you go face up.
Great.
All right. So, as we mentioned before, we've done a full evaluation and assessment of Hunter. We know exactly where his restriction is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right on the top of the foot right here, get a contact. Hunter, I'm going to have you hold the table for me because I don't want you to slide.
Okay.
And we're going to do 3 different types of adjustments based on where he's restricted. So you're going to drop the leg. There you go. Just drop it down. There you go, buddy. Good. One more time. And drop. And last one, I'm going to rotate out right here. There it goes. Right there. Opens up that joint right there. Sometimes you hear a pop, sometimes you don't. But what we're going for is motion. Same thing here. Drop the leg. Good. One more. There it is. And then last one, rotation out. Up. There it is.
Wow.
That's it. Easy peasy. Come on up for me, brother. There you go.
Wow. You know, certain things you feel a big release, you get the big pop, or you feel like a muscle just kind of pop into place. Here, I didn't feel anything when you did the adjustment, but right after the fact, it was like a little rush of blood, and then I feel like a lot of more mobility that I didn't have before.
That's very, very common, Hunter. I hear it all the time. Sometimes for some patients, you'll get a huge loud pop because they've been so restricted and there's a gas bubble trapped inside that joint. For most people, they're like, okay, I didn't really hear a pop or I felt a little bit of motion, but when they go to get up, they start walking, they start running, they'll start to notice how much more freer their foot feels when they're going through their motions.
Now, is that a permanent fix, or is this something that people need to continue to address?
Well, that determines based on your level of activity. If you're continuing to run, especially 4, 5, 6, or even half and full marathons, of course you're going to have to keep up with it. However, in our office, we want to address what is the main issue, can we fix it, and what things you can do at home to help sustain and hold that adjustment.
So this is for all those people out there that sit on their foot in their office chair.
Not trying to point fingers, but yes, absolutely.
Yes. Guilty. All right. Well, Dr. Sam, thank you so much. I appreciate it, as always.
Anytime.
We're at the Hollywood stop now, and we just passed Yellow Green Farmers Market on the way over here. But I have a question for you. Are you a calm driver? Chances are, maybe. And if you're like most people that drive over 10 miles a day, then you're taking a mental and physical toll on your body, as it increases anxiety, cholesterol, blood sugar, and as a decrease in overall life satisfaction. I know it sounds a bit drastic, but people that rode trains for their commute were actually calmer and a little healthier. Why? Well, if you've ever been on 95, you can probably figure it out on your own, but I'll tell you in just a bit.
During this time, it may be difficult to figure out how you're going to choose a medical care provider. I'm here with Dr. Wong from MyCare Medical, who's going to help us navigate those waters a little bit. What does a patient need to do to prepare before going to see a general practitioner for the first time?
Well, first of all, you have to prioritize your needs and wants during that interview. The more transparent or more data that you give us, obviously, the more we can help you.
I understand that MyCare Medical differentiates itself by offering a more personalized kind of service.
Well, we at MyCare, right, we treat our patients with a team approach. Besides the doctors, you have physician associates and nurse practitioners, which are also important members of our team. So patient comes to see you, so I just want to see one person and that's it. And then I see the physician assistant, somebody else, and they get very upset. So we have to convey somehow that message that to achieve the best outcome, all right, the best way is to have multiple coaches, which with the doctors is the head coach, and yet we have our team.
And how can I get in touch with MyCare Medical to make an appointment?
Well, you can either go to the website or you can call us directly at our offices. And we have offices in Tampa, we have offices in Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade, and expanding to Orlando as well.
Thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome.
Personal trainer Morgan Shapiro teaches you several ways to do a pull-up, and Deidre shares her tips for beating breast cancer after the break on SoFlo Health. Before the break, I told you that people who were in their cars for more than 10 miles a day were less happy than those who rode the train. And researchers seem to think that one of those reasons is right here. You're able to read, catch up on emails, get phone calls, or just relax on your way to work. It's that little bit of decompression and not having to think about one more thing, where you're going, and be concerned about other drivers, that has led to a little more life satisfaction and just a calmer day overall. Now, there are other tips that we're going to give you for commuting and being here on the train, but first, watch this. We're at Legacy, the Pembroke Pines location, and I'm joined by personal trainer Morgan Shapiro. We're going over an exercise that we've done plenty of times, but we're going to get a little more in detail today to hopefully help you perform the exercise if you have a hard time or just to get the most out of it. And today, it's my favorite exercise, or one of my favorite exercises, and that's the pull-up. Morgan, where do we start?
So first, let's see where you're at. I always like to see where my clients are at with the pull-up, so let's see your pull-up, Hunter.
Sure.
Nice wide grip. Up and down. Perfect. So Hunter is the ideal client and his pull-up is actually pretty perfect right now, but we're gonna pretend that it's not, right? Let's say you're struggling with it. The pull-up is a really hard exercise. It's really hard to pull your whole entire body up. So let's say you start to go, maybe you don't really have the strength, you're struggling, and right back down we go. But does that mean you shouldn't pull up? No, we're just gonna find ways to assist you. So that's where the band comes into play. We've used this a lot on the show. There's many different ways to tie it. So we're simply going to put the band, hook it on here. This is just one way to attach it for the assisted pull-up. We're gonna go ahead and reach up like you're getting ready to do a pull-up, stepping in, both feet, and then now we are going to pull up and down. Give me a few reps like that. And I don't know if you guys saw, but before he took off, he took a moment to kind of activate his lats, set the shoulder blades together. That's another thing that is really great when you're doing the pull-ups. I don't want you to scrunch your traps towards your ear and kind of swing your body up at the same time. A lot of people, when they use the assisted pull-up machine or try to do pull-ups, they swing with their hips to kind of get them up. We don't want to see that either, so I want you to keep everything controlled. Tighten. His eye gaze is staying forward. And another cue is I want you to imagine bringing your elbows down to the side. Okay, those are all the places that we want to see, so you can step out of that. And like I said, Hunter's regular pull-up is pretty good. So for you, honestly, I may add a belt with some weight because that's another way to make it harder. But for most people, they're still working towards the pull-up. I myself use the band a lot. You can do wide grip, neutral, underhand. Play with it, play with different bands, and definitely incorporate the pull-up into your routine.
Is there anything else I need to know?
I think that's it. You guys grab your bands and start your pull-up game at home.
Give it a shot. If you're looking for another way to spend your time on your commute while you're on the train, something I like to do is journal or just dump my thoughts onto a piece of paper and give myself a to-do list. Both are helpful because they get what's circling around up here down onto the page and you don't have to think about it anymore. And this is also something that can take you easily 10, 20, 30 minutes, which instead of being in your car holding onto your steering wheel, hopefully, and nothing else, you can do that right here in your seat. So I'm gonna get to journaling. Watch this. I'm in Fort Lauderdale to meet with an old friend of the show, Deidre, who is also a recent breast cancer survivor. And she's teaming up with Darren of the City Furniture family to put on an event to help educate people and spread awareness on breast cancer. Let's go inside and meet with Deidre and Darren. Deidre, it's great to see you. It's been a while, and you've gone through some stuff since we last saw each other. So tell us a little bit about your story.
I have. It has been an interesting 2022, to say the least. Earlier this year in March, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Kind of caught me completely off guard because I was feeling amazing. I was, just feeling so good. I had no signs, I had no symptoms.
Well, we're so glad that you're here with us today, and you seem to be doing great. So tell us now, what's going on now?
I feel good. So I'm done with chemo, finished my chemo not too long ago. I still have one more surgery to get through, my reconstruction, but I have kicked cancer's butt, for lack of a better description, in my opinion.
We love that. Yeah. What would you say to somebody, or what is something that you learned along the way that you think could help other people that are either going through the process or live with somebody or around somebody that they love that's also going through the process?
Find something that brings you comfort. For me, during my darkest days, it was sunrises. For the past few months, I have gotten up almost every single morning and I have gone to the beach and I have watched that sun come up.
Well, excellent. Deidre, thank you so much. We're glad that you're doing well. Let's now talk to Darren and find out more about this event. This is Darren. Darren, tell us about yourself and what you have going on here soon.
I am an advocate for many things, philanthropy wise, but obviously in the month of October, our family, our company, we go a little crazy for breast cancer awareness, and we're here at my house because in a couple weeks we're going to have a breast cancer awareness event for both women and men to attend and raise money for American Cancer Society.
Excellent. And what can people expect from attending the event?
Something that's important to me is to always have an event that is practical. So when our guests leave, they will leave with information and knowledge, and hopefully they will have an opportunity to sit with one of our doctors that are going to be present and let them do an exam. And this goes for you guys too. This is not just a cancer for women.
And we love what you're doing, so thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for coming.
Of course, and for your time and for the event that you're putting on. There you have it, 2 wonderful SoFlo community members that are fighting breast cancer their way. Before we get back to SoFlo Health, let's check in with SoFlo Home Project design expert and host Elena Capra to see what she has going on later today at Vizcaya. What's up, Elena?
Hi, Hunter. So today we are coming to you from the beautiful Vizcaya Museum and Gardens. Coming up later today on SoFlo Home Project, we take a look at the monumental task of what it took to create this beautiful European-style villa.
Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franke, and I'm riding the Tri-Rail, and we're sharing some ideas with you on how to spend your commute in a healthier way. Now, we get it. You're not always going to read a book or have a journal or do some exercises. You're most likely going to be on your phone. And we're not saying not to use your phone. We're just saying there's some other ways that you can spend your time as well. But even if you're using your phone, use it to learn a new skill or listen to a podcast or an audiobook. Maybe better yourself on the way to your commute instead of just either listening to music, which is fine too, or watching cat videos. At the end of the day, the cat videos and music will be there, but maybe spend some of this time while you're hopefully awake bright and early and on your way to work to better yourself. Even if you're in your car and you're not on the Tri-Rail, podcasts, audiobooks, or some way to better yourself, it's just a great way to spend that extra time in the car. If not, there's always music. That's it for this week's episode of SoFlo Health. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you can watch previous episodes of SoFlo Health on SoFloShows.com. You can follow us using @SoFlo Health to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. Until next week, it's goodbye, good health, and I'm almost there. Next week on SoFlo Health, it's time to get your scare on with South Florida's newest haunted house experience. Plus, you'll find out how gloomy weather affects your health and how to crank up the intensity on your average bodyweight squat. It's all right here next week on SoFlo Health. We'll see you then.